What's happening, guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another video. Today we are working on the M2. We're doing custom made mud flaps by Tommy L Garage. He sent these out to me the other day. Thank you, Tommy. They look amazing. We're gonna go ahead and throw these on the car. Now I'm gonna show you guys how to do it, and I wanna say that these are definitely purely for function. So if you guys remember on the F30, I ran mud flaps. Some people really didn't like the way they looked, but for me personally, I actually kind of like the way they look, but most importantly, these are protecting your paint. This is a very functional thing that you do to these cars. The OEM mud flaps, however, were quite large, and they wrap around the car. They're just very, very noticeable, sort of an eyesore, and Tommy L Garage came up with a way of making these custom mud flaps that look really good and don't stick out too much and don't look too gaudy. So in my opinion, these mud flaps are super clean. He makes them for the F30, F80, a whole bunch of BMWs. If you guys are interested in buying some, contact him on Instagram. I'll go ahead and link his Instagram down below, but contact him and see if he can make you a set and he'll send them out to you. Let me go ahead and show you guys exactly what he sends to you in the package. All right, guys, so here are the actual mud flaps. They're just very thin and basic design, and they're just gonna protect the side of the car and that rear quarter panel that sticks out, especially with the M2, because you have such wide hips on this car that everything that comes out from the back hits this rear quarter right here. So some people run clear bra back here to try and protect it, but it still gets all over your door and especially your side skirts. So I definitely want to make sure that I throw these on the car. They're gonna obviously go back there and then one behind the front wheel. So I'm gonna show you guys exactly how to put these on. It's very, very simple. Tommy's design actually uses the stock rivets that are in here, because once you push pin those front ones in, you actually lose them. They go within the car. So it's nice that he sends you a brand new set of them to use up front when you put these on. You're just gonna wanna make sure that you turn the wheel up front when you're working on each side. And then also for the back, we're gonna have to take off the wheel so we can fully access that and get a drill in there. But let's go ahead and start with this side. I'm gonna work on the front and then we'll work on the back. Turn the car around, same thing. All right, guys, so in the fender well, here are the two rivets that we're gonna be popping in. Basically, there's just a tiny little peg in there that you pop into the car. And then same with this side, tiny little peg in there that you pop into the car, and then you just pull the other part out. So we're gonna pop those two out. You can already see where the dirt will travel, and I'm definitely getting new wheels, so they'll be wider, and these are gonna protrude a little bit. So you really wanna make sure that you're just protecting this right here so dirt isn't flying up all over the side of the car. So like I said before, these are 100% functional. That's why I do them. Some people just hate the way they look, but for me, the paint and protecting that is more important than the looks. So that's why I do it. So when you're doing this obviously goes on this side, but you wanna make sure that the logo, that logo right there, is facing towards the wheel, and that logo will eventually just wear off. But these are really easy to install. If you look at the two holes up top, the rivets, just replace those two holes. And then for the bottom, you simply just put a screw in to the plastic so it doesn't flap around. So let's go ahead and throw it on. It's very, very easy, and I'll show you guys what it looks like. As you can see, just hangs out a little bit there, covering the side, so no dirt can fly up. So it's really not that big of a deal with like my stock wheels because they don't really stick out too far, but I am obviously getting bigger wheels and the fitment is gonna be a little more flush. And once we lower the car, you're definitely gonna have some poke back here. So you wanna make sure that you have something like this. I just like how minimal this is. It's very, very minimal design. So, and as you can see, it's completely on there. Thing does not wobble at all. It's exactly how you want it. So that's perfect. That's all you need. Can hardly even see it. Super, super minimal. The other ones, the OEM ones, actually wrap and go like onto the paint. And there's a few reasons I don't like it. One, because you just have this big black thing that goes over the side. And two, it actually ends up scratching the paint. That happened on my F30. So that's why I don't like running those. They just look ridiculous and they start to ruin the paint after a while. So shout out to Tommy for taking the reins and really designing something unique that works well for everyone and is a much better design overall. So we'll go ahead and do the other side in the front and then we'll work on the back. Front ones are good to go. God, I love how clean these look. They're so sleek. So you guys can actually move them out and in like however you want. You just put in a new hole for the in the mud flap or splash guard or whatever you want to call it. So I have mine running pretty close. Basically I just have the line of the splash guard going perfectly vertical on each side. And I think that's enough. I think that's all I want to show poking. And I think there's enough there for the functionality. But yeah, it looks good. And after I finish all four, you guys, I'm gonna pull the car out in the actual daylight so you can see it a little bit better. But yeah, let's go ahead and put on the back ones. All right, so to show you guys for the back, you're really just gonna be drilling in one screw right there and one screw over there. And really, you can go ahead and place this like wherever you want. You know, if you don't want a ton coming out, or if you want to be like a Subaru rally driver, you can do that. But yeah, so we're gonna do something real simple, real clean, minimal, probably something like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and drill it in and then I'll show you guys what it looks like. Alright, so we got this one on, super clean. And what I decided to do is I added one right here. I'm gonna change this out for a black one eventually, but I added a screw right here, and then I added one up here. For one, it just made it a little bit more secure, and it seemed to like the edge of the car a little bit better when I did that. Now when you do these ones though, you don't, because there's room behind here, there's a little bit of play, because this bumper actually, the panels back here recess back a little bit. So you don't screw these in all the way. You just put them in until it's tight enough to hold this into place against the recession. So it is going into the plastic, but there's probably like a little bit of a gap in between the actual mud flap, splash guard, and the liner in back. So if that makes sense, these two will have a little bit of a gap just because you're holding this into place, and then these ones are snug all the way in. So perfect, ain't going nowhere now. So that's how I decided to do it. We'll go ahead and do the other side, and then we'll pull the car out and I'll show you what it looks like. Alright, so here it is in the actual light. So you can see it's dead even with the tire, which is just going to protect all of this. rear back bumper. You can't even see it. Can't even see it. Minimal. Same one up here. It's definitely the cleanest option out there for splash guards. And you guys can really like fine tune these yourself. You know, you can actually put in different screws in different places and just adjust it however you want. I adjusted mine to basically as minimal and functional as possible. But that gives you an idea of kind of what you can do with them. Best option out there for sure. Go to the other side. Same deal here. Protect the entire side of the car. Just like that. Perfect. And you could run these like super aggressive, super far out, super low, depending on like how much coverage you want. I really don't think it's that necessary to go crazy on it, but these will do the trick just as is. Looks really good. Thank you, Tommy. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, man. You guys make sure you go check out Tommy's channel. It's a lot of F80 content. I'll link it down below. And if you guys want any of these, reach out to him on Instagram via DM. His Instagram will also be in the description. Things looking great. Suspension comes in tomorrow, goes in on Thursday. I'll drop that video on Friday for you guys. So, yeah, she's looking good. Looking really good. All right, you guys, so here we are back in the garage with the M2, and I just wanted to mention, yesterday I actually ceramic coated the mirror caps and all of the trim. All of the black trim on here is now ceramic coated, and it gives it like a really nice deep dark shine. Even the carbon looks a lot deeper and glossier, and of course it's protected now. I actually use the same stuff that I used on the wheels because it's also used for trim. And funny story, I actually also ceramic coated my sink. I actually used this in my sink in the house just because I wanted to see what would happen, and it worked really well, which is hilarious. But nothing sticks to the sink anymore, it's now ceramic coated. All right, you guys, so that's gonna be it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Tommy L Garage, thank you so much for the splash guards. I think that these splash guards are hands down the best options out there for our cars. They look so good. They're super slick, super minimal. They're not like gaudy and big and in your face, and you can adjust them however you want. So yeah, you guys, if you're interested in a set, make sure you hit up Tommy L Garage. Link to all of his stuff down below. I'm also gonna link everything that was used in this video today, you guys. You know how it goes. I always link everything in the description for you guys to make it easier. But thank you guys so much for watching the video. Please do subscribe, comment down below, like this video, hit that bell notification, and just like that, this video is over, and we are out. Peace.